Accurate, durable, rich with complications, long-lasting, and often affordable. In the world of horology, quartz watches are commonly overlooked and even disdained. To many watch collectors, the advent of quartz movements meant the decline of artisanal watchmaking and the commoditization of timepieces. And all this is true. The market is full of $50 fashion watches with the same cheap, disposable movements. They represent the vast majority of quartz watches. But here are 3 quartz timepieces that represent something different. Each of these offers something special that can only be done with quartz. And together, they might inspire you to think differently about our battery-powered friends. Here we have the Casio G-Shock GWM5610, the Seiko SBQJ017, and the Grand Seiko SBGX091. And their original list prices were $90, $350, and about $3,000. Let's start with the most feature-rich and most affordable timepiece, the Casio G-Shock GWM5610. This watch is damn near indestructible and was built to be. The first G-Shock was prototyped using a quartz movement inside a rubber ball. The test was to drop the movement from 30 feet and see if it survived. Eventually, it did. What the original G-Shock provided, and what most G-Shocks still provide, is primarily freedom. Freedom to take your watch anywhere, put it through anything, and the freedom from worrying if you'll still have a working timepiece at the end. But on top of all that, this GWM5610 is full of useful complications which together would be impossible in a mechanical timepiece. There are 5 alarms, a stopwatch, a countdown timer, a full calendar with day, date, and month, a world time complication that allows the wearer to toggle through 48 cities in 29 time zones, and it has a backlight which can actually turn on when the wearer flips their wrist up. But perhaps the most interesting feature of this G-Shock is that every night it receives a radio signal and syncs with an atomic clock hundreds of miles away. This radio syncing means that I never have to set this G-Shock and that it is the most accurate watch I own. This is my reference watch, and it just happens to be the most affordable watch I wear. And on top of all that, the GWM5610 is solar powered. On a full charge, this watch will function for 10 months before it needs more light. Moving up in price and down in complications, we have the Seiko SBQJ017. This Seiko is powered by the 8F56 movement, which has become venerated since Seiko stopped its production. Why is this movement so respected? It is a high accuracy, GMT, perpetual calendar. Let's take that one complication at a time. High accuracy. This watch is accurate to plus or minus 20 seconds a year. Not a day like some mechanicals, or a month like most quartz movements, 20 seconds each year. It has a GMT complication. That red hand tracks a second time zone on a 24-hour time scale. And the watch works in the style of a Rolex GMT movement, in that the hour hand is independently adjustable and snaps to the hour. This means that you don't need to stop the watch, or the seconds hand, when you change time zones. And then there's the perpetual calendar complication. When I learned about this watch, it was the first time I'd seen a perpetual calendar with only a date. Most mechanical perpetual calendars display day, date, month, and even a leap year indicator. But this watch is deceptively complicated. Once properly set, the SBQJ017 will keep the correct date through every month and every year, including leap years. High accuracy, GMT perpetual calendar, all in a watch that listed for less than $400. You can't get that with a Swiss lever escapement. And finally, the Grand Seiko SBGX091. This time-only watch isn't an example of interesting quartz complications like the two previous pieces. Rather, it's a testament to the fact that fine watchmaking isn't limited to watches with mechanical movements. This Grand Seiko is full of finely executed attentions to detail, outside and in. From the beveled lugs to the impossibly polished hands and markers. From the intricate guilloche dial to the decorated movement itself, which is almost never seen in quartz watches. This is a beautifully crafted timepiece, one that I challenge you to compare to a mechanical watch at the same price. And the movement isn't just decorated, but it's one of the most accurate available. It has a stated deviation of 10 seconds per year. That's twice as accurate as the previous watch I showed you, and about 10 times more accurate than normal quartz watches. Because they need the very best components, Grand Seiko grows their own quartz crystals for the 9F movement. It doesn't get more in-house than that. Quartz technology democratized watches and meant that anyone with $20 could have a reliable watch that matched their style. It meant the end of a watchmaking era, but it also brought with it reliability and accuracy never before seen and accessible to all. I admit, I often share the watch nerd disdain for quartz watches. They're almost always too easy and too indistinguishable. But if you know where to look and you keep an open mind, you'll also find that quartz can provide function, charm, and beauty.